And what is going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual. Of course, we're always working on a weekday. It is ISG, the intersection of sports and gaming, ISG football, and we're powered by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. We are the only show that combines real sports, sports talk, and debate, and gaming at the exact same time. We're talking the latest in the world. Oh, yes, the National Football League. We got the NFL Draft coming up next week. Also have a couple of games you're playing. EA Sports Madden, NFL 26 for cash and prizes as we come to you on the platforms of NESN on Being Sports Channel, Players TV, and the Black Network. ISG, the intersection of sports and gaming. ISG football, powered by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located right here in Clifton, New Jersey. All right, we'll come inside here, folks. Larry Ridley of CBS Sports, ISG football, ISG college football, and of course, at the end of the week, it is always ISG basketball. Good to be back here, guys. We talk the latest in the world of the National Football League, and there's a lot going on off the field. Yes, we're going to get into the deal with Dianna Russini, the NFL reporter and the NFL insider, and also the Patriots coach, Mike Vrabel, the hot tub, things of that nature out in Arizona. We're going to talk about all that. Also, we got the NFL Draft coming up here in Pittsburgh, PA, in about 1 week. So we'll talk the latest in the world of the NFL. As I said earlier, we got a couple of gamers here as well playing for cash and prizes, playing EA Sports Madden NFL 26. But shout out to the good folks here at Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located right here in Clifton, New Jersey, right on Route 3, literally about a 4 to 5 minute drive right down the road from MetLife Stadium, home of the New York Football Giants and the JETS Jets. They're the guys that invented deep dish pizza back in 1943. And shout out to the good folks here. There he is, John. We got musical bingo going on. We got karaoke. So if you hear a lot of commotion, yes, it's palpable here. The buzz is very big here. A lot of things going on inside of Uno Pizzeria and Grill. They got their identity, folks, and their inspiration from their origins there in the Chi, Chicago. 100 locations in some 20 states, and they serve more than just pizza, folks. They got pasta, steak, seafood, burgers, and more. Craft beers, great cocktails, and of course, for you health nuts out there, vegetarian dishes. Check them out online, unos.com. Let me go ahead and bring in the co-host for the day. There he is to the left of me. There he is, Derwin Worrell, former sportscaster for WPRI Television in Providence, Rhode Island. Dagwood, man, used to work near the Boston area up in New England. How you doing, bro? Can't wait to hear from you. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. It seems like there's a lot going on up there in New England, in Foxborough. Normally, back in the day, I would be at Foxborough twice a week, but it's going to be some interesting talking about the scenarios that are going on up there right now.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of stuff was going on in the A as well. Peace up, A down, Magic City and all that stuff. But hey, your Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs against your New York Knicks. Can't wait to talk about that on ISG Basketball later this week. How you doing, Andrea?
Those are always good matchups, and I never know where to go. But actually, now that I'm not a Trae Young fan, maybe I am leaning Knicks either way, though. Hey, at the end of the day, it's always a good time in the A, and it's always good to kick it with both of y'all.
Yep. All right. So you guys ready to talk the latest in the world of the NFL?
Let's go.
All right. Let's take a look here at the rundown here. ISG football, we're powered by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, right off of Route 3. Guys, we're talking the latest in the world of the NFL, and of course, the biggest story off the field, Dianna Russini quitting her job with the Athletic, yes, resigning at the Athletic, which is owned by the New York Times, of course, with those photos that came out with the Patriots head coach, Mike Vrabel. Going to get into all of that. What does it mean for her? What does it mean for him? We're talking about all of it. What does it mean for the NFL being investigated by the DOJ, Department of Justice, over their media rights? We'll talk all about that. Also, those report the Jags, they want to move Travis Hunter to cornerback full-time. Less receiver this year, of course, only played about a half dozen games last year, so we'll get into that. And a big story in college football, really not a big story, but a really great point here. Good coaching here by Fran Brown. Has an injured player participate in practice. We'll show you what that injury is and his response to why he has this injured player still with the team practicing. We'll talk about that. All right, let's talk about the latest in the world. The gaming here. We got a couple gamers here playing for cash and prizes. We take a look at the rules, automatic competitive game style. Get the haircut rosters, like to call those regs. All 32 NFL teams are available. 5-minute quarters, king of the format. You win, you do stay on the sticks. All right, how about the prizes here? All about the shmoney, $50 guaranteed. The winner gets 40. The runner-up runs out this piece with $10 cash. And if you win 4 straight weeks, and it does get progressively harder, folks. You can win an NFL licensed zip chair. Folks, go to zipchair.com. They literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. And folks, they make more than gaming chairs. They make office furniture, gaming desks, sofa, stools, you name it. Got all the NFL teams, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, and also NCAA and universities there. And any custom pieces you might want as well. Check them out online, zipchair.com. And also, when you win your zip chair, your gaming chair, you do get an official ISG t-shirt. Folks, the shop is open 24 hours a day, man. Got hoodies for $59.99, T-shirts for $29.99. Literally dozens of options for you there. Check it out now online, theisgshow.com/shop. All right, how about these gamers here playing for cash and prizes? Here's the matchup here. JBaird playing with the Jaguars. He's our king of the hill. He's our champion. Our challengers, AJ the Beast, playing with those Patriots, the Jaguars and Patriots. Two of the teams they can pick from. The stories that we're talking about since there's no NFL games this week. How about the profiles? We'll start with the challenger first. How about AJ the Beast? Alan Lowry from Riverside, California, age 45. Hoorah! United States Marine Corps veteran. Thank you for your service there. Multiple ISG Madden playoff appearances. Shout out to Alan Lowry from there on the left coast. How about our king of the hill? There he is, JBaird. He went from 19 to 21 in 24 hours. Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Happy birthday to JBaird, our king of the hill, our champion. Illinois State University student there, the Redbirds, of course, made it to the FCS football championship subdivision there in Nashville, Tennessee. Lost in that championship game, I believe, to Montana State. But shout out to them. Two-time ISG Madden champion there. All right, how about the standings here? Brought to you by MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. Molly Pop taking a word about sweet storm, folks. You see that pink bag in local grocery stores. You got to understand one thing. You're getting high quality produce, about 20 different varieties of grapes there. All online as well, man. And also got pressed juices as well. Check them out online, MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. Andrea Richmond, very sweet record, 25-10. What does she got me by? 8-9, about 8.5 games there. JG, hot on the heels. Same losses, but he's back by like 13 games. So we'll call that a 6.5 game lead there over JG. Let's go ahead and bring everybody in. And we'll start with the queen of the show. There she is, bottom of the screen. Let's get your pick here, Andrea Richmond. Who you got? You got Jaguars, Duval, as Liam Cohen likes to say, or you got the Patriots?
Oh, well, finally, JB, it looks like he's about the age that he's supposed to be. I don't know, it's been 15, 11 years, and yet he still stayed the same age. Congratulations. I guess he's not Bizarro Benjamin Button anymore. Either way, though, I am going with him to secure the dub. Go ahead and get it, JB.
All right, Dagwood, a.k.a. kids call him Derwin Worrell. Who you got? You got your Patriots, who you covered for a couple of years, or you got Duval and Jags?
Something tells me whoever I pick, the other team is going to win. I haven't had any luck at all. I'm surprised I'm a game over 500, but I'm going to go with the Patriots in this one. I just think Patriots are a better team, so I'm just going to rock with the Patriots in this game.
I would have taken the Patriots here. They are the home team, but I've got a little insider information.
Ooh, inside.
Martha Stewart?
Oh, Martha Stewart is crazy around tax time, actually.
Not like that. Not with tax day earlier this week. Not Nancy Pelosi or the other politicians there. I actually saw this play out in my dream, and I saw that JBaird got the win. So, Andrew, I actually saw this play out literally like 24 hours ago.
Yes, you did.
You did too. You just didn't pay attention. I paid attention. So give me JB. A little inside joke there. Speaking of insider trading, give me JB to pull this thing out playing with the Jags. Oh my God, let's go ahead and lock it up, man. JB, there he is, playing with the Jaguars. And how about our guy, the former United States Marine? He's not former, he's current United States Marine. Retired there. AG, the Beast, playing with the Patriots. Good luck. May the best man win. We'll talk to the winner at the conclusion of the game, guys. Let's go ahead and lock it up. Let's do it right now. Let's go. And the pregame show brought to you by good friends at Console Social. 3 locations. Where Brooklyn at? You got BK, West Nike, and Scarsdale. This is Sports Bar, indoor golf lounge with 15 bays and one huge VIP suite. So 16 bays there. Got those simulators and those suites. It is where golf literally meets social. The best indoor golf experience that you'll find. Indoor golf games meeting unparalleled social engagement. Folks, you can play a lot of games on those simulators. You can play 240 courses. It is a true experience as well. And it's more than just an indoor golf lounge. It's a bar, a sports bar, lounge, and a restaurant all in one. We'll be there for ISG basketball next week. Check them out online, golfzonesocial.com. All right, we're here inside of Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports ISG Football. We're powered, of course, by the good folks here at Clifton, New Jersey at Uno Pizza. We're the only show, folks, that combines real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Talking about the latest in the world, the National Football League, NFL Draft next week. Big news off the field. We got to talk about all that. Also got a couple gamers that are playing for cash and possibility screen. That is JB playing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're on offense. They got the ball first in the white jerseys. Bottom on the screen. That is AJ the Beast playing with the Patriots. He's on defense in the dark jerseys there. As we talk to the latest world of the NFL, got my guy here, Derwin Worrell. Kids call him Dagwood, former sportscaster, WPRI Television in Providence, a Lil Rhodey. Top right-hand corner of the screen. That is Andrea Richmond. She's a sports reporter in the ATL. That makes her an ATL. All right, guys, big story in the NFL, of course. It is what everybody's talking about. Dianna Russini, the reporter. I guess we can call Dianna Russini the former reporter with The Athletic, resigning her post at The Athletic. Of course, pictures emerged last week from Page 6. First of all, they were shocked. TMZ, reportedly for 4 figures, they reportedly turned it down. Page 6 produced some of those and published some of those, about 7 or 8 of them there. Pictures of her, hot tub, holding hands, interlocking hands by the pool with Mike Vrabel. Of course, both of them are married. Dianna Russini been married for about 6 years, 2 kids. Mike Vrabel married about 26 years, also 2 kids. So there's a lot going on there. The New York Times and The Athletic had her back at first, decided to reinvestigate, and they did. And of course, earlier this week, she decided to resign, I believe, early on Tuesday afternoon. Look, a lot of people think about what's going on here, about men and women, also about, double standards. And there is one, but also her credibility is more at stake than Mike Vrabel's, being an NFL insider and working in the NFL there. I want to get your thoughts here, Andrea. The double standard part of this, we're going to start with Andrea Richmond, and we're also going to start with Dianna Russini. Your thoughts here as the lone lady on this show. Was this justified? We think this was coming. We saw it coming. Was this something you expected to happen?
The whole crux of the argument, or as to why you should fire Dianna Russini, is because of alleged and supposed conflict of interest. Obviously, if she is in a relationship with Mike Vrabel, it would be a conflict of interest in her workplace. My question is, though, what about all the other conflict of interest that do exist in our system that we don't point a lot of criticism towards that exist? There's so many of them, right? Let's talk about the fact that there are a lot of quote-unquote reporters who are basically PR firms for a lot of these NFL teams or NFL agents. Let us talk about the fact that there are longtime coaches and longtime teammates who go to bat and cap for their former organizations and teammates all the time and are not willing to be quote-unquote journalistically honest, right? There are also big, major conflicts of interest when you talk about the fact that there are constant media mergers, and we're going to allude to that a little bit later, that exist, which fundamentally degrades and is a way bigger conversation, in my opinion, about the structure of how ethical can journalism be if there are media corporations being owned by the same product that they cover, right? Obviously, they're not going to show the hidden soft underbelly of a lot of scandals that do happen because they are owned by the same leagues that preside over them. So there are various conflicts of interest that do exist in other tons of avenues that we don't point to. However, Dianna Russini, because of, honestly, the whole, let's be honest, a lot of it is based off of gender, right? Because there are a lot of relationships that do exist. Right. And Derwin, I know you're looking at your head. You're shaking your head, but there are a lot of relationships
it's a bad look.
Exist.
No doubt about it. It's a bad look. Interlocking fingers in the hot tub, yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, but there are a lot of other relationships that do exist and are still professional. Let's talk about the relationships, even the broadcast booth, right? Some of my favorite reporters, Shanae Gumake, she is covering the sport in which her sister presides in. And yet that's a conflict of interest that we do not often address. So again, is it the best look? No, it's not, especially because of the morality of all them being married. Of course it's not. But that being said, if we start getting into the ethical journalistic nature of it, I argue that that has not existed in sports. And honestly, if you look at the way the media is going right now in this country, it probably hasn't really existed at all.
Yeah, Derwin, you get in here, man. Look, Mike Vrabel, he's an NFL coach. Morality, that be damned. We're talking about the National Football League. He's paid to win games. Dianna Russini, she's an NFL insider. Credibility, all at stake. I want to be very transparent here. I auditioned with Dianna Russini. I know her very well from our time at NFL Network back in 2015. I thought she was fabulous then. She's been reporting on the A.J. Brown. There's a lot going on there. You got the Russini files out there. Look, she's been trashed, and even by some ladies and female members of the media talking about how she's basically set their sort of, thing back for working in the National Football League as far as being, their job. Your thoughts here, Joe?
At the end of the day, this all comes down to optics. I don't care about nothing else, what it looks like. when you see those pictures and you factor in the fact that both of these people are married, the owners' meetings were over, and they're at a resort that's for couples, adults only.
Adults only. Mm-hmm.
Adults only. It doesn't look good. Period. So now you got her job is now going to go back and look at all of the articles that she's written to see if there was like some favoritism there towards the Patriots and Vrabel. The credibility is going to come at question. We're just now coming off of the case with
There were supposed to be other members there, other parties, 6
and where are those other members? Where those?
None of her girls had her back, allegedly. I guess, right?
Nobody. So now it looks like you're lying, and if you're the Patriots, if you know the Patriots, Larry, they don't need bad publicity. That's why Diggs is no longer there. Period.
No, it's family oriented. They run it like a mom and pop shop. But
I don't know, Kraft.
And now,
family
I was
oriented.
about to say that's why.
And
I don't know about this time.
Kraft.
But then you got Vrabel. The draft is coming up. They don't even want him at the draft because they know when the reporters in Boston and see him on site, they're going to ask him. They're going to ask the question. He doesn't want to have to answer that right now. So after the draft, when's the next time you're going to see Vrabel? Maybe not until training camp. That's not until like late June. They're going to hope that it dies down, but this is not going to go away.
All right, speaking of Mike Vrabel, you just brought him up. I want to get your thoughts here on the other side, Andrea Richmond. Let's listen to Elliot Wolf, the de facto GM, works in the front office for the New England Patriots. Here he is being asked about Mike Vrabel, who was supposed to be at that press conference on Monday earlier this week. He did not speak. We all know why. He was asked about his involvement in prepping for the NFL draft, which is coming up next week in Pittsburgh, PA. Here's Elliot Wolf, de facto GM with the New England Patriots. Take a listen.
I mean, business as usual. He's been in there. I would say he's been in there with us probably. But this round of meetings probably a little bit more than he was last year, just because I know, there's the coaching staff. He's probably more comfortable. This is me putting words in his mouth. Probably more comfortable, just where things stand from that standpoint. But he's been in there. He's been contributing. He's watched a ton of the players. I think he tries to watch every player that, like we give each position coach. He watches that whole, they call it the coaches list, and so he has an opinion on these guys, and it's helpful.
All right, so that was Elliot Wolf, of course, the front office there with the New England Patriots. So your thoughts here, Andrea? Look, he's there. Well, he wasn't there at the press conference, but he's working with the team. What sort of consequences should Mike Vrabel face, if any at all, with his role in this whole saga as well, being on the rooftops and, of course, at this adults only resort there in Sedona, Arizona, when he was out there at Arizona State and with the NFL owner meetings as well that was in Phoenix.
And that's the thing, right? I do not buy the whole conflict of interest thing because I already laid out a lot of that, right? But I am willing to buy what Derwin is saying when he said that, hey, it looks bad for this to happen. The question is, it looks bad for Dianna Russini. Unfortunately, she does not have her job anymore. For Mike Vrabel, we just laid out the fact that he could probably ghost for the next couple of months and skirt away with this consequence-free, right? And I feel like there is an inequity that exists in this situation that unfortunately is placed towards not only in the job sense towards Dianna Russini, but also in public opinion. You know that there are a lot of people who unfortunately do not like women who are in the sports world, who are using this as ammo to go against a lot of the other women in the sports world. And unfortunately, Dianna Russini facing a lot of consequences. Mike Vrabel in the NFL that likes to say, like, you like to try to be in the business of morality, right? Obviously, there were situations in which there have been domestic abuse, and we've seen the NFL go ahead and suspend people for it, right? Including in which we do see suspensions when there are no legal precedents, right? With Ezekiel Elliott is another situation. Should we go full suspension? I'm not sure, but I do think that there is unfortunately an unequal consequence that's happening in this situation, in which Dianna Russini loses her job and Mike Vrabel can just skate away and do nothing for me. Right. And I feel like the very least is he should be able to answer for this. There should be some type of, I don't know, like speaking media maybe fine hit. I'm not sure what the consequence or punishment should be, but I feel like it's very inadequate and unjust that not only is Dianna and all women journalists getting thrown under the bus, but then also to Mike Vrabel and men in general just get to scrape away in these situations, man.
Your thoughts, any consequences? Look, he's the head coach of the football team. I don't think he's going to get fired or anything like that. We do have the situation where, Bob Kraft, 5, 6, 7 years ago, he had some issues as well, 7, 8 years ago. So your thoughts here about Vrabel? Will he have to face the music, or is he going to skate? Look, I think he will talk next week. He's got the NFL draft. He can't just not talk about this. But if he's smart, maybe he'll do a Bill Belichick. When I was there for Spygate, Deflategate, and all that stuff, you just say, hey, I put out a statement, which he did. He said these photos were laughable, and to suggest that they're being together is laughable as well. Your thoughts here, Derwin, real quickly on Vrabel.
I think that he might put out a quick statement and say he just wants to talk about the football team and the season coming up. And he only wants to talk about the team and leave it at that. That's the best thing that he could do. On to the next week one. But Kraft doesn't want to do anything. You got a coach that you really like. You just put the guy into your Hall of Fame, the Patriots Hall of Fame. He's a former player. He just took you to a Super Bowl. The last thing that Kraft wants to do, he doesn't want to.
14-3, not 3-14. 3-14, maybe find a way to fire his ass. 3-14.
They're not going to cut him. I mean, I don't know what Kraft is going to do. But I know Kraft doesn't. He wants this to go away, but I just don't think it's going to go away. And when you're going back to everything that happened with Joy Taylor, this is definitely a black eye for women in sports.
Yeah.
I refuse that. I refuse that because I don't like it when people, because a black person does something, they're like, this is a black eye for all black people. We are all our individual silos, okay? And
I didn't mention color.
No, but I'm using that as an example. My bad.
Yes.
We're not any person, especially women, right? There are far less black people, and women are 50% of the population, right? One woman doing something is not a representation. A little more than that, but
we get what you're saying. A little more than 50%. Barely.
Either way, though, there are a lot of women, more than, let's say, even the black population. One black person mess up, so we all hate it when somebody's like, hey, that's all black people. I do not like it when we're also saying that's all women. No,
and that's all women, yes. But we also...
there are people who are going to weaponize that to say
exactly, but we also know what, there's what we hope, and then there's what it is, right? And a lot of people worry that, you're setting women back. I've seen plenty of women that have been... digesting this and discussing this and dissecting this as well.
I just want to say that anybody who feels that probably already felt that in the first place.
Probably. All right, we'll keep an eye on Dianna Russini, of course, stepping down. Her contract ends on June the 30th. You got to wonder if this reinvestigation with the Athletic and the New York Times, maybe they were just like, look, maybe we're going to just put you on ice. Maybe we want to get you out of here. Maybe they came to an agreement where she can leave. Because you got to feel like if she had any evidence, I'm waiting on Mike Vrabel as well, any evidence to prove the contrary, we would probably know it by now. Any friends? There were 6 of them allegedly, right?
You are so right that I didn't hear a single peep about that.
I will say this, though. Man, definitely it looked like private investigative work there. Definitely a PI was there to be filming them all day on a rooftop. That was not just a regular fan. Just happened to see Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini walk by. This is... We want to know a little bit more about this, and this is really something that's fascinating the public out there as far as the content and the clicks as well online. All right, guys, we're keeping an eye on the NFL game here, the Madden game. 21-0 here. Our King of the Hill playing with Jacksonville. He's got the lead here. He's on defense here. The first quarter brought to you by our good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, located in New Jersey. Authentic Mexican restaurant, open 7 days a week. Great food, great atmosphere, great affordable drinks. Libations, folks, they're definitely flowing. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. The mariachi shows every other Tuesday. You've been watching the show, seeing the great costumes and the sombreros there. DJs on the weekends, late nights on the weekends too. And they also have the beautiful patio. The Golden Eagle is landed right there in Bayonne, New Jersey. Online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. We're back here inside of Uno Pizza and Grill, located here in Clifton, New Jersey. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, ISG Football, and we're powered, of course, by Uno. We're the only show, guys, the intersection of sports and gaming. ISG, we combine real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Got a couple of gamers here playing for cash and prizes. 21-3 here on lead for our King of the Hill bottom left-hand corner screen. That is JB, playing with the Jaguars. Got an Eagles hat on, playing with the Jaguars. They're on defense. They just kicked off there. AJ the Beast, a challenger, playing with the Patriots. He got the ball, there on the kickoff. They're on offense now with the dark jersey. Got Derwin Worrell top left-hand corner of the screen there, sportscaster, formerly WPRI television. Top right in the corner of the screen, there's Andrea, Richmond. She's a sports reporter in Atlanta. All right, guys, back to the NFL topics. Speaking of the National Football League and, double standards, what's going on here with the Department of Justice? Looks like they're wading into the NFL with the DOJ launching an investigation against the NFL over their media rights. When you look at the media rights, you look at all the new streaming options you got with Amazon Prime, Netflix, and all of that. Once again, I remember reading that in order to watch all of the National Football League games, your team's in market, out of market, it's like $750 to $1,000 to watch all of those games. Now, the NFL will counter that 85 to 90% of the games are on regular broadcast TV, and that is true because if your game is on Amazon Prime or something like that in your local market, you can watch it on a local television station there. Your thoughts here, Derwin, with the DOJ. A lot of people saying maybe this is political. You look at the Sports Broadcasting Act of 1961 as well, antitrust exemptions. They're coming after all of it, bro. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, anything with Donald Trump is going to be political. I mean,
he's come out to NFL numerous times, and he's getting injected himself into stuff too.
Always injected. The DOJ ain't got no business in this, but I do understand though, and I think it is.
But the part about the fans, that's where you see, like, all right, I see what you're doing there. I see.
But I mean, there's going to come a point in time where to see the Super Bowl, you better have a streaming network. That's coming in our lifetime. If you want to see Super Bowl, you better have, Disney Plus or Paramount Plus or Netflix or one of these entities. And that's where everything's going. They got Amazon Prime on Thursdays. Everyone doesn't have Amazon Prime, but the NFL is about making money. I personally don't even think they need to be playing football on Thursday, but this is all the money.
They're going to renegotiate their TV deals in the next year or two as well.
Oh, man. Yeah, they got my Seahawks playing Wednesday night opening the season. When will it end? It's crazy.
Andrew, your thoughts here on the DOJ and the investigation of the media rights, man. I think they do have a little bit of an end there with the fans and them spending too much money, because that kind of covers Trump and all the the DOJ and the FCC and everybody else meddling.
Well, let's be honest. In our current state of our country, there are rampant media conglomerations and also rampant monopolies happening. We are really echoing
CBS, Paramount, and the Ellison.
Yes, exactly. That is one of them, right? We are echoing the 1920s, right? Robber barons all over the place. Unfortunately, everything is owned by like 3 companies and is slowly closing in, slowly but surely. So there is an argument to say, especially with these sports leagues, like there's always been an aura of like antitrust in breaking that in the general sense, right? But that being said, you have to consider the whole Donald Trump of it all, right? Because all those media conglomerations is still happening underneath the current president, but it's only this one that's suddenly being caught and being brought to the DOJ. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because Donald Trump has always had an issue with the NFL. Ever since he's tried to own the Bills. He still got
that check for like 2-3 cents, 1 cent, whatever the hell it was.
Man, and he has tried so hard to make them like him, and honestly, it still ain't happening. So now he's getting after them. So like, is there a really like salient conversation about antitrust in this country? Absolutely, but we always know that Donald Trump, anything happens that quote unquote is for the people, it is really for him. It's always about him.
Derwin, are you surprised that I understand while they're investigating, at least looking into the NFL and the antitrust and sort of the monopoly there, the Sports Broadcasting Act of 1961. I'm surprised that he's not going after the NBA. Those are the guys that he really hates, but it's weird because all the NFL owners voted for him. And all the NBA guys who he hates, their owners like him. They voted for him. That's why I'm like, it's a bizarre world. It really is. It's a weird thing going on.
It's no rhyme or reason with him because he deregulated the FCC, and that's why you see the Next Stars and the Sinclairs, they're beginning to buy up these small little companies and creating a monopoly. You're going to have, like, say, in Charlotte, Next Star might own like 3 different stations there, which was never the case before. But now,
it was rare to see one owns 2. Now you got people owning 3 stations in one market. Like, wow.
And people are losing their jobs because of it, too, as well. People are getting laid off. And NFL is the cash cow. They move the needle. Everybody loves the NFL. So he's going after the biggest cow right now for whatever reason. And he's probably still upset because his USFL, the Generals or whatever, that didn't work out too well for him.
Well, I think he did get compensation, right? Wasn't it like a cent, a penny? It was less than $1, right? It was like 2-3 cents.
So it was like
he would tell you a win is a win, right?
Right. He won. He won that lawsuit. He did.
But that is so true. Like, people, it's hard to get a job right now, especially if you're like mid-career, if you're not just starting off, if you don't have already like superstar power. It's really hard to get your next opportunity or to get a job here. People in our field are all struggling, and it's the Hunger Games out here trying to get like $1 a penny or something, right? So again, like, media conglomeration, a big problem, but this guy isn't really about that. He's about getting back at his grudges, and we all know it, right?
Well, the funny thing is, like, you talk about our industry here in content creation, TV, entertainment, sports, you name it. For us to get started here, and say when you want to start your own show like we're doing now, they want you to come ready-made with an audience of 10 million people with a big budget. They want your graphics to look smooth. And it's like, what the hell, man? I'm doing this in the basement of my house. What are you talking about?
How long does it take to build that, and how many years, and also how much money, too? There's the only reason why the only people who are, quote-unquote, successful from that are athletes who already have a platform, man. It's hard.
You see a lot of them going out of business because they're spending too much money on their production with everything, with editors and the behind-the-scenes folks. Getting everything done is like a little mini TV station. So it's bizarre world, man, and we're all living in it right now, man. I think COVID just changed everything.
Yeah.
I think we're all like just, we're having a brain fart here over the entire earth here, except Artemis too. They were able to get out of it. We'll keep an eye on the NFL and the DOJ investigating the NFL over their media rights there. Now, that second quarter, Bert's, my good friends, keep an eye on the game here. Once again, our King of the Hill playing with Jacksonville. JB, bottom left-hand corner of the screen's got a lead over their challenger. AJ Lee's playing with the Patriots. He's got the ball, trying to make this thing interesting, but down here by about 4 scores. Second quarter, brought to you by good friends at Mona Lisa Pizzeria. Located in Bayonne, New Jersey, 165 Broadway. They're in Bayonne, been around for nearly 25 years. The best pizzeria you'll find in Bayonne, famous for their specialty pizzas, especially buffalo chicken. Mona Lisa also is unapologetically, folks, Italian. Rich, hearty flavors of Italian cuisine. They got a full menu, and whether you're looking for something quick, look at this. Great options there for you. Man, they got it all. Italian dinners or quick lunch. They got burgers, wraps, soup, salads, calzones, seafood, desserts, and more. Got the Da Vinci Room also for your boutique-style catering and luxury events. Check them out online, BayonneMonaLisa.com. We're back here on NESN on Being Sports Channel Players TV in the Black Network. And for the fans, Larry Ridley, Super Sports ISG Football, we're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. They're the guys that invented deep dish pizza back in 1943. We're the only show that combines real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Talking the latest in the world, the NFL draft is next week. We already talked about the Dianna Russini, Mike Vrabel incident with those pictures there. She has resigned earlier this week. Got a couple games they're playing for cash and prizes. Bottom left corner screen, that is JB playing for Jacksonville Jaguars. Into the fourth quarter, has a huge lead. Playing with Jacksonville, they're the white jerseys. Our challenger, AJ LeBeast, playing with the Patriots. They're in the dark jerseys. He is on defense. Got Derwin Worrell, middle of the screen on the left-hand side. Former sportscaster, WPRI Television in Providence. Lil Rhodey, middle of the screen there on the right-hand side. That is Andrea, Richmond, sports reporter in Atlanta. All right, speaking of those Jaguars, how about Liam Cohen and those Jacksonville Jaguars? Travis Hunter. Yes, the Jags, reportedly, according to my guy in Rappaport and also other reports as well, they're wanting to move Travis Hunter to full-time cornerback. And, of course, dual position athlete there, played Colorado, won the Heisman Trophy, played in 7 games last year. I believe had the knee injury, had the LCL, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what spooked the Jags here. They want him to focus exclusively on corner, maybe sprinkle in some plays there on offense. Once again, we talked about this before. You have to major in something. That means you need to have a minor in something else. It's the NFL. You got to worry about him getting hurt and getting beat up. Your thoughts here, Andrea. Is this the right move if these reports are true about rap sheet and everybody else with the NFL media about the Jags moving Travis Hunter to full-time at corner?
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to steal JG's joke in which he said, man, it must suck if you were a dynasty owner and you drafted this guy to play offense for wide receiver, my friend, because it ain't going to be happening, or at least not a lot, right? I feel like the Jags drafted him so high up because of the fact that he can go and play two ways. Right now, obviously, did that work out his first year? No, it didn't, to the point to where they're getting complete opposite cold feet and going all the way back. And I think that would be a mistake to commit him to solely just one side of the ball completely, right? I think, though, early on, you talked about minoring. Maybe he can go ahead and have some gadgets, situational packages.
Sure. You just can't play 120 plays a game. You just can't do that.
Oh my gosh. No,
not in the NFL.
It's so hard on your body physically for you to do that full time at all, right? But like slowly throughout the years, you would be remiss, especially with his ability to move in open space. He's a shifty, twitchy guy. If you don't have him carry the ball at least a couple times, you would be doing himself a disservice, right? So I do want to see like packages where we do see him at wide receiver and slowly ramp up throughout the years, never fully full-time on both sides of the field. I think that's crazy. It was crazy in the first place, but maybe we can see him, let's say like 15% in the future, but right now let's do like 5%, and then we can go to like 7, as the years go on and ramp up like that. Yeah.
Right. Derwin, on that tweet that Ian Rappaport, who I played baseball with in Boston, when we both worked in Boston, he used to work at the Boston Herald before we went to the NFL Network. Your thoughts here. Now, Travis Hunter had a quote to it. He said, "Who told you this?" So he is going kicking and screaming. We know how this is going to go down. How do they manage this with him?
You got to be able to talk to your player. Honestly, in my opinion, Travis Hunter does not need to play both two positions in the NFL. He needs to play one position. I will play him at corner. Let him be a full-time corner. You took him, second overall in the draft? When you take a guy that high in the NFL draft, you want him to be a difference maker.
And
you want to be available. He has to help your team. If as of right now, he only played 7 games. He's got to come in this season and really, make a difference. I'm playing him at corner. I know he doesn't like it. Someone that's close to him needs to talk to him. I don't know if it's prime, and tell him, just be a master at one position. Just be a master corner. Just be a shutdown corner if you could be that. And then maybe we'll sprinkle you in on offense. Even Dion in his prime, he's the best corner out. He shut down the whole side of the field. And occasionally, he would catch some passes, caught some passes in the Super Bowl. But let him master one position first. Let him play corner. Let him dominate that corner and help his team win football
you can
games.
play with Prime time, Coach Prime. You could play a little receiver because he got no work on defense. Nobody threw at him, so he was fresh. He didn't have to work, and he made business decisions. He didn't tackle anybody.
No, he
so
did not.
It was a little different. Travis, he's playing, he's starting. He's not, he doesn't have that sort of aura yet where people are going to avoid him, and he's going to have to stick his nose in there. So you're going to get nicked up. Dion didn't have to worry about that.
And he's not a big guy either. I mean, he played 7 games.
Yeah.
They were okay. He's a rookie.
Sure.
Just let him get.
Are you
his
surprised
teeth.
they said play more corner? Because remember at the beginning they were talking about more on offense as a receiver. So now they're kind of flipping like, no, you're going to be a corner. I always thought he was going to be a corner too.
Yeah, I always thought he was going to be a corner because he is a twitchy athlete, but I think that he's more special with his ball skills as a defender rather than as a wide receiver. I think he's like a good wide receiver. I think he could be a great cornerback with his ball skills.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the. Okay, go ahead.
They got another receiver there too, so I mean,
yeah, that's true.
He could be a compliment to the number 1 guy that they have there, but I think they could really use him on defense and kind of help solidify one side of the football field.
Going to be an exciting team down there in Duval, man. Liam Cohen, you got Trevor coming back, man. They won the AFC South last year. No, they did not. The Texans won it. No, Jags won it. No, Jags won it. That's right, Jags won it.
Texas won that Bills game if they ran the damn ball. So.
Exactly. We'll keep an eye on the Jags in 2026, man, down there in Duval. The Madden game is over. Our King of the Hill gets the win. Won it by about 4 scores there. That third quarter brought to you by good friends Shelby Sports Bar and Grill, located 812 in Broadway in Bayonne, New Jersey. Bayonne's favorite sports bar. Great food, good vibes, and fun atmosphere. We all need a place to relax after work, so why not do it with a drink in your hands, right, folks? It is Bayonne's top-rated burgers. They got wings as well, dry rub and sauce. Grilled shrimp tacos, Mexican street corn, fried shrimp, salty pretzels, and seafood baskets open 6 days a week, every single day of the week except Mondays. So Tuesday through Sunday, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Check them out online, chubbybayonne.com. Welcome back here to Uno Pizza. We're located in Clifton, New Jersey. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports. We talk the latest in the world of the National Football League. Also have some gamers who are playing for cash and prize. The game is over here. We talked the latest in the world of the NFL. Got Derwin Worrell, sportscaster, formerly of WPRI Television in Providence, Rhode Island. Bottom right hand on the screen, that is Andrea Richmond. She's a sports reporter in Atlanta. All right, guys, back to the NFL topics, except we're going to kick it to school now and talk a little about Syracuse and Fran Brown. He had an injured player there, played a receiver for Syracuse. He got hurt. I believe he tore his Achilles there, but he wants to keep him involved with the school. Let's listen to Fran Brown, the head coach at Syracuse, on his plans for this young receiver and why he wants him to still participate in practice. Listen to Fran Brown, head coach at Syracuse. Take a listen.
I'm responsible for his mental, right? I'm responsible for him to stay happy to be still a student in college, right? He's a student athlete. I'm responsible for him to feel appreciated and wanted. And I think there's no better time. It's like, why would I just have him sit on the sideline? There's nothing wrong with his hands. He can actually catch really well. So I want to make sure he keeps being active. He's involved in everything. Like today, he was over, sitting down, his leg. Only if his foot starts to hurt, then he got to go sit down. Outside of that, get over here with everybody else. Do everything everybody else doing. I didn't want him to put shoulder pads and all that stuff on now, but everything everybody else does, he's going to do. He's tough. He's really, really tough. He comes from a tough family, right? So he can handle all of that. And he wouldn't want it any other way, right? And I don't think anyone else would want their child to be in college and then because he got hurt, the coaches are just letting you stand on the side by yourself, right? The coaches are just allowing you to do it. No, he's still in the mix. You know, we still got to take care of him, and we still have to develop him. That's our job, you know. My job is to develop him, and I'm going to continue to do that in all aspects of his life, not just on the football field. Right now, I just get to show him what mental toughness is.
All right, so the head coach at Syracuse University, Fran Brown, there. He's talking about that receiver there. That would be Calvin Russell. Tore his Achilles, not his ACL, but his Achilles. We see him there on the scooter. Still wants him involved with the program at practice. He said it. Still's got hands, right? So he can catch the football there. You can see him doing some work on the sidelines. This is about his mental health and keeping him, invested with the program. You see sometimes a lot of athletes, man, when they're injured, they're away from the team. You know, their health, their mental health deteriorates, and he wants to keep him a part of the team. I appreciate Fran Brown for doing this. And Fran Brown does things a little differently there up at the Q's. Your thoughts here, Andrea, about Fran Brown trying to keep this young man, Calvin Russell, a part of the Orange there in upstate New York?
Now, I am famously not an athlete, right? The only or closest experience I could say I had to being quote unquote an athlete or playing in the sport was exactly Larry cranking 90s, playing my trombone in the HBCU marching band. Man, shout out to Spelman, shout out to Morris Collins, House of Fun marching band, baby. Trombone sexually, anyway, who cares?
Can you get the seventh position? Can you get all the way down there?
Seventh position, I was a master, okay? Come on now. I did melody shop. Seventh position, first to seventh position all day. Anyway, doesn't matter, right? During college, I was hurt. My ankle swelled up to the size of a balloon during homecoming. And if you've ever been to a HBCU, that is like our Super Bowl. My first year that happened, I cried and cried and cried. So I can only imagine, what was that? 15 minutes I didn't get to play in a halftime show with all the alumni. I can only imagine what that feels like to have an Achilles injury and to be out for an entire year from your team. You're separated, you're lonely, you're not having that camaraderie. It really gets to you. So I really like the fact that Fran Brown noticed that and wants to have it included. He is scooting around, and that does look ridiculous. But like you said, or like he
stay off
said,
that foot, man.
His hand still works. So, hey.
I know, and my producer keeps saying it wheel routes. Of course, that was in all of the tweets and all of the social media. Right, kept saying he still should be good at wheel routes. Waka waka. Your thoughts here on Calvin Russell?
I like it. I like the fact that coach is thinking about a player's mental health, because he's a rookie. He's on the team. He's a high-time 5-star recruit. It's Brooklyn here. It's summertime, motorcycles outside.
Okay. I was about to say, I don't know what happened. We lost you for about a half a second.
Yeah, we lost you for a second, but that's hilarious. You were just like, it's Brooklyn.
But he wants to keep the kid involved, because mental health is a real thing. You don't want the kid to be depressed and go off the deep end. You want him to stay locked in, stay involved, feel like he's still part of the team. And I like that coach is trying to keep him as part of the team without getting him hurt. And he's out there with his teammates. He's got on the little bubble hat on. He's got on the jersey, and he's still making passes.
Hold on. Did you say a little bubble hat on? It's a Guardian cap, sir.
It's a bubble Guardian cap.
Why is he out there in pads and shells and a Guardian cap?
Guardian cap.
Fran.
Hey.
I like the bubble hat, actually, because it is ridiculous. Why he need that for?
Hey, he's full.
Just in case they thud.
Full garb. He's got everything on. He's part of the team. Hey, you gotta love it.
You said the bubble hat. You threw me off, dude. I don't know what to say. I was gonna have something. Just the bubble hat. Speaking of bubble, the guy in the Patriots, Romeo Dobbs, he sports the Guardian cap. You know that, right?
Dobbs. And what's it called? Used to wear it too. The safety for the Patriots.
Jabril Peppers.
Jabril Peppers used to wear it.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he used to wear it as well. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm happy the kid is allowed to just stay involved, and as Coach said, mental health is part of this as well.
And it's serious. It's serious. It is. No, and I think, coaches try to keep you involved, but like he said, look, he can still catch. If his leg hurts, we'll let him, move or whatever. But I think this is great. This great camaraderie. He's got a trainer or probably a manager. Look, if you're gonna get out there, man. Like, hey, maybe get into the.
I like he's still doing the hand movement too, like he's running.
He can run wheel route. Yes. He can do takeoff routes. No cutting, but you can run like some bang eights or something. You know what I'm saying?
A fade.
A fade, right? Exactly. Back shoulder.
Ball tracking skills. Come on now. This is what you learn. Body control, all right? You're standing in one place. That's where you get the extension going, okay? Practice your Odell Beckhams.
Now, we talk about Fran Brown here, Derwin. He's got these guys. Some of these guys practicing with no jerseys, with no numbers, and other ones with triple-digit numbers, like 100 and 109 and 150. He's got like about a dozen or 2 dozen guys out there. Fran Brown is certifiable. He is crazy, but in a good way. I love it. It's unconventional. What do you think about Fran Brown? I love these. He does things his way. I'm not going to say it's weird. It's just different.
But he's bringing himself and the team closer together. That's what you call a player's coach, because he talked to the player first, and they decided together, this is what we're going to do. So I'm pretty sure that kid really appreciates his coach and loves him even more for allowing him to be a part of the team and not just having him sit in a room by himself away from his teammates. He now feels like he is still part of this Syracuse football team.
Dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, right, Andrew? That's it.
Yeah, absolutely can. Shout out to the movie, by the way. That was a great movie.
He was like, who cares that he lost his Achilles? He still got hands. Get out there, boy.
He still got hands, and he can still scoot. Okay, maybe not with 2 legs, but he can still scoot. Got started, so why not get at it? But like you talked about, mental health with athletes, especially recovering from injury, so serious. So the fact that you can be included in any way possible, right? You may not be able to get on the field, but at least you can say, hey, I caught that pass with 1 leg last week. What can you do? Okay. So a little trash talk. I like it.
I'm jealous. He's got a scooter. He can get around campus on a scooter. We'll keep an eye on our guy there, Calvin Russell, and of course Syracuse up there in the ACC, so they can make some noise this year. That fourth quarter, we're going to come back and wrap up the show. We got about 2 minutes or 3 minutes left in the show. That fourth quarter brought to you by good friends at 902 Brewing Company, located 101 Pacific Avenue in Jersey City, a craft brewery there, producing those ales and lagers. Got those big bright takes and fermenters there. Handcrafted beers in the best atmosphere, curated good times, made right there in Jersey City. Got a spacious tap room. They host a variety of events, guys, and they also have the beautiful rooftop. That's what it's all about, man. It overlooks Lower Manhattan, the World Trade Center, everything as well there for 902 Brewing. Check them out online, 902brewing.com. Welcome back here to Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. The guys invented Deep Dish Pizza back in 1943. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports ISG Football, and we're powered by, of course, Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. We're the only show combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. The gaming is over. We talked the latest in the world of the NFL, but our gamer here, JB, playing EA Sports Madden NFL 26 with the Jaguars, gets the win. JB, you're on a heater, man. What was working with you, and how were you able to get it done playing with the Jags there up in Foxborough?
Honestly, just sitting back and playing coverage. I really only rushed more than 3, probably once or twice all game, and that send 3 was getting home for me.
Wow. Well, you would think in the real NFL, Drake May had trouble with his offensive line, got sacked like 50 times, and you didn't rush anybody. You were able to take down Drake May. What did you see that A.J. Beats was doing that you could take advantage of?
Honestly, just a lot of vertical routes. So I was sitting in my my cover 4, taking away the flats with my user, and letting the DBs go to work.
All right, well, good stuff, man. It's good to see, man, that you're no longer 19. You're 21 now, man. Happy birthday. Enjoy it.
You can drink.
Yeah, two
exactly.
birthdays. 2 birthdays. Happy 2 birthdays.
Yes, and enjoy the girlfriend there in the apartment as well. Guys, if you want to be like JB, we'll see him next week, man. You can sign up here. We got everything for you. All online. You win cash and prizes, ages 13 and up. Weekly King of the Hill format. You win to stay on the sticks. Join us now at theisgshow.com/Madden. theisgshow.com/Madden. Also, we got plenty of swag. We got the merchandise. It's open, guys. The store, 24 hours a day. Hoodies, $59.99. T-shirts, $29.99. Got literally about a half dozen different colors, guys. Many different options. Get it exclusively at theisgshow.com/shop. Merch at theisgshow.com/shop. Also, this post-game show brought to our good friends right here at Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. Off of Route 3, the guys that invented Deep Dish Pizza back in 1943 got their identity and their inspiration from the origins there in the Chicago. 100 locations in 20 states. They serve more than pizza, folks. Got pasta, steak, seafood, burgers, and more. Craft beers, great cocktails, and vegetarian dishes as well. Check them out online, unos.com. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. It's been a great show, man. For our guy, JB, our King of the Yard champion, we'll see him next week. Peace up, A down. Andrea Richmond, she's in the A-Town. And my guy, Dad Wood, sportscaster, formerly WPRI Television, in Little Rhodey in Providence. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports. Thank you for watching here on NESN Nation. I've been Sports Channel, Players Studio, and the Black Network. And for the fans and Next Level Sports Entertainment, we'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the NFL Draft. We'll talk about it next week. Bye-bye.